So hello everybody, my name is Henrietta Lambert. I'm a homeschooling mum. I live in New Zealand. I've only been here about 7 months. We spent 16 years in Australia and we've returned home to bring our children up here. So we're really excited about what we have to share with you. I have 5 children. I homeschool, like I said before. We've been on this incredible journey. It's been 21 months for us. And you're going to hear some stories tonight. So just before we get started, I'll quickly share my journey. It started when my dad he was diagnosed with and eventually passed with cancer, a brain tumour. Can you close that door for me, son? A brain tumour, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He was 42, so he was younger than I am now. His two sisters, my aunties, they died of the same thing. And as I was approaching my 40s, I started to get a bit fearful of the future for my family and I, especially for me, and possible genes that I may have inherited. So it was actually around my 30s we started to make changes in our family. We discovered raw food, and that's an incredible discovery. If you know anything about raw food is food. Yeah, it's basically vegan, and it's food that's not cooked. It's not cooked above a certain temperature, because when you do that, you retain all the nutrients. And you're going to hear about something that has all its nutrients retained because it's dried at very low temperatures, and that's what got me excited 21 months ago. We were looking for something that would bridge the gap between what we were currently eating and what we knew we should be eating. We're in Tasmania. It was cold. We stopped juicing and smoothies, and I was looking for something for my family. 2 weeks into our journey, my husband's sugar cravings decreased. A few months into our journey, my son's eczema disappeared. I stopped nanny napping. I was fairly healthy, and I thought that, these would just be a good supplement, but it was a bit more than that for us. And so much has happened. Besides that, we've been able to travel Australia. We've been able to travel Tasmania. I've been able to support my husband and this incredible thing we're going to share with you tonight. So we're going to start, and I'm going to pass the time over to my good friend Mem. Mem comes from, I'm going to unmute her because she's got this beautiful display, and here she goes. Spotlight. There we go.
It's actually a great icon of Australia. Hey guys, my name's Mem, and I'm from Mirupara, and I've been blessed with the privilege to share with you a bit about these products, but I don't have a big story about that. I love the products. I do know that with everything that I do in terms of my job, high stress job, full on with church work, whānau friends, community work, that I do know that I needed something extra to keep me. So once I hit my 50s, I realised, I can't keep it up as much as I used to and keep going. So these are the babies that help me, and the best thing ever, I've got a sister who's diabetes, and she's just realised she's had a whole couple of weeks of lows because her insulin is way too high and the doctor even blamed the juice beans, and he's bang on the button. She said she needs to get off insulin to make herself better, and she did. Now that everything's cut down, I would say probably in a couple of weeks she'll be insulin free. So we have, and she's brought up 2 grandchildren. This is really important because these grandchildren, and it's really relevant to the products, children that were born while their mum was on drugs, heavy drugs. My sisters had to bring up 2 of them, and they would bounce across the furniture, not like little rabbits. They'd be like little, as they describe, Tasmanian devils. Sorry, Leona, but Tasmanian devils on the TV, that's exactly what these children look like. And thanks to these products, it's helped my sister, bring her diabetes and sugar levels down, get rid of most of her. She was on 60 units, now on 20 in the morning, and she's probably not taking anything at night. And the doctors just recognise this. Our muckles are taking these, so let me go. Our main core products are these three. These are our fruits, veggies, and berries. Now, these things are what we call, Juice Plus really focuses on whole food nutrition, and they look at and only contain the highest of quality products. They're picked off there, for me, 28 fruit, veggies, berries, picked at right when they're ripe, and they're not actually stored in a cold store. They're actually squashed and processed, juiced, and skins, pips, everything goes into it, crushed to pieces, and then they're packed and into these little beautiful capsules. And these are them. So I have the three, which is the fruit, berries, and this is what we take every day, and we take 2 of each. Now these are what they look like on the inside. So I'll show you the capsules. And you see that there? That's a fruit, and you can tell, berry for purple, fruit for red, and then veggies are green. And these are them. These are the main core products. And I'll tell you what, you know, when you're eating grape, when you're eating raspberries and bilberries and blackberries, you know, all these berries, 11 of them. There's also cabbage and kale and broccoli and sprout and garlic and parsley and tomato, the veggies. And then with the berries, you've got, and the fruit are apple and pineapple and peach and papaya, things I love. I'll tell you a thing I really love, and I found out, is pomegranate, and that'll come up again in another product that we have. And they're actually as part of the berries. And they're beautiful because, honestly, I can't afford 30 fruit and veggies a day and berries a day. I can't even afford it a week. And not only that, it would not last long. It would go off. So I'd be creating smoothies for the whole of Miripara. And we're not a big population. So that's where money will go down the drain. So I thought this is a really neat investment. These three really and cheap as for me, $5 a day. I don't drink coffee, but I know people who have 3 coffees a day. That's $15 a day on coffee, where I'm spending $5 a day on my health and nutrition. The other thing, people, is that when I was talking about those muko, these are the chews. These are the chews, and you have a look. Okay, so I say to all the muko, especially our teenage muko, don't touch. I leave them in a bowl like this. I leave them in a bowl with the lollies, and I just say, don't touch. What happens when you say don't touch? They go touch. So little do they realise, and then I have the discussion about their health. And they go, well, we're used to eating lollies anyway, Nan. So let me share with you a bit about these chews. The same that's in these are what's in these chews, the fruit and berries. So you've got the kale, you've got the cabbage, you've got broccoli, you know, you've got them in here. Then all the fruit, you've got the apple and the papaya and the orange. The other thing that's in these things are beets. And I love dried beets. I love the way people prepare. I love reading Henrietta's raw nutrition recipes. And, you know, and I just love trying new things. And ever since I've been on this stuff, one thing it has done for me is I don't eat KFC anymore. And I don't drink energy drinks. And I was a vegan, a pie drinker every day. It worked for the last 3 years. And since June last year, I don't have pies or vegan. Well, I do have a pie, but only if it's homemade. But V's gone out the window. So that's awesome. Now we have another beautiful product, and I'm going to share with you. This is my favorite in the whole world. But that I make big smoothies. I don't mess around with little smoothies and little cups. I get the big ones. Frozen fruit, banana, the milk, coconut milk, almond milk, and with these chocolate sachets, vanilla sachets. These have your mushroom powder, spirulina, you name it. It's all user-friendly, vegan-friendly, organic. It's got everything you need. And these replace what other people call all the protein powders. These are just great. And I know that you're going to love these once you start moving. So I've given lots of people tries, and they say they're awesome. So we just wait, and they're all waiting for some orders to come through. So, you know, when Juice Plus decides to do something, and they look at your health, and you're looking at your nutrition, and they deal with things and include 26 fruits and veggies, yeah, they are yum for the powders. You know, grapes and grains. We also have oat bran in there. We also have rice bran in here. If you love rice bran like I do, that's a big hit. So there's fibre included in all of this and all these products. Isn't that amazing? Now, this is one baby, and I've just learnt about the omegas and what's everyone and nutritionists and clinical studies are coming up with. It's not omega-6 or 9 they're after, it's the omega-3s. This has it. This has the omega-3, and I thought it was really neat that when we have these, so remember how it's normally derived from fish oil? Well, we miss out the fish and go straight to the plant. And there's that pomegranate, and I was lucky to get a whole lot of them and freeze them and put them into my shakes. But I also take 2 of these a day, and this gives you such a boost, and I know it gives me the boost that I need. Now, once again, I go back to how Juice Plus has really taken their time to research. Now, this is one point that's so important. Juice Plus is monitored all the time about the standard and the quality of their fruit and veggies that go into these. They are monitored. We have a child health study that goes with these. So when you purchase them, and you get these for free, by the way, when you order these 3 as adults, you can sponsor a child over the age of 4 and for a few years, and this is just great. At the end of every child or person that's been on that child health study is sent a questionnaire, and then we find out the results. Do you know how many children have been tested through this? Way more than the population of Miripara, that's for sure. There have been thousands that have been reported to say the results, and as you heard Henarera with their son's eczema, as you've heard, you'll hear others, and as I said with these other muko, their hyperactivity came down, their nanny's energy levels went up. So that's created a balance for the grandmother and our mukos. And for me, that's so interesting because I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. So I want you to think carefully, one, that it's a whole food. Juice Plus focuses on whole food products. That you're able to ingest them really quickly, that they bounce off each other and they boost the actual nutrients, I suppose, in it, and they create an even bigger than we do if we were to try and cook them. As Henarera said, cook them. When you add these here, I'm telling you, I just cannot. But like I said, these are my favourite, and I've got proof for just putting in stuff. Said it's taking me in Auckland on dialysis, and her blood sugars have not her blood sugars, her bloods are clearer. She works at Kohangareo, and she used to just sit, just bring a nanny. Now she's up and playing and engaging with all those little muko. She's able to sing, and she said she hasn't been able to do like that in years. And it's thanks to this. The doctors have tested her too, and they think she's a bit crazy. And so I need to get in there and do some work to go and inform the doctors. So thank you for that. And I'm going to pass time on to 2 beautiful people who are going to launch tonight. So welcome to Juice Plus and welcome to our team. Over to you, Vic and Pete.
Awesome. I'm going to pass the time over to Catherine actually at the moment. Just quickly, Mem, if you guys were to, if you've got Siri on your phone, you know, you talk about the research. If you've got Siri and you ask Siri, what is the most thoroughly researched nutritional product in the world? I'll let you guys do that. The most thoroughly researched nutritional product in the world. It's Juice Plus, guys. That's what will come up. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you.
Awesome.
So I'm going to, thanks, Mem, thanks for that. I'm going to pass the time over to Catherine, and Catherine is going to share a little bit about how Juice Plus came into her life, what's happened so far, and what has her excited. So, hey, Catherine.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Catherine Sherrington, and I'm from a little town called Kaikohe. And yeah, so I was introduced to Juice Plus through Kirihine, Brecon, last year. So I was excited to I actually went to a place to check it all out, and I was excited then to start the juicy beans and possibly look at the business side of it. But I actually didn't go ahead and pursue it. So I actually wish I had then, but I didn't. So fast forward to the 17th of January, I ended up contacting Kirihine, and I spoke to her about the juicy beans, the product. And the reason why I did that, so beginning of December last year, I turned 50, and my family have a track record of heart condition. So my dad passed away from his aorta first. My mum has a murmur on her heart. I had a brother just recently this year who actually died for about 2 to 5 minutes because he had cholesterol on his heart. And he's one lucky guy actually to still be here with us. And so when I hit 50, everything was going fine, I thought, health-wise for myself. I had put on a bit of weight, I noticed. But what happened, probably a week after I turned 50, my health started going down. So I was experiencing both my legs, severe cramps at night. Even when I got up in the morning, my legs would still be tight, my calves and that. I was very tired. As I said, I was overweight. I think my legs were actually getting tired from carrying the extra weight. My sleep, I was sleep deprived. I wasn't sleeping very good. And I used to suffer from bad migraines once a month, and it'll last for about 3 to 4 days, severe migraines. And I thought I'd better do something about it. So I contacted him, and I started taking the product. I ordered the premium pack actually because I'd also been looking for something for our babies. So we have a 7 and 9-year-old. They're very active, just like those Tasmanian devils that Ming talked about. I tell you, they're driving me crazy. But I wanted to look for something for them because they weren't very enthusiastic on taking veggies. I actually couldn't get them to eat their veggies. So I thought the juicy beans were a winner for me because they weren't just going to help myself, but they were going to benefit our children as well. And so I started on the 17th. about a week later, I noticed that my energy level had increased. I stopped getting the cramps in my legs. My children now, like they go and get their own cheese themselves. I don't even have to tell them or remind them. They're reminding me. I actually get up and forget because I'm so busy trying to get them ready for school. So they're saying, Mum, our juicy beans, you know, like our cheese, we need to take them. So that just knowing that they're getting their doses of veggies and the fruit, I'm happy for that, you know, because like I said, I don't take the veggies. Just today, so this is a month later, just over a month later, I was sitting, inviting people to the event, and I just realised, hey, it's a month has passed and I haven't had the migraine. So that was a big win for me because I'd be in bed for taking a while to get out of bed when I had the migraine. But I just realised today, like I said, that I haven't had those migraines this month. So yay! I've just started. I've decided to do the business side of it. Why? Because I've found something product that's actually working for me. So I've been in a lot of MLM businesses for products, and I've taken them and somehow, well, you know, they've just been working for myself. I don't know whether I just wasn't on them long enough, or maybe I had to take so many potions. You know, I have to take one supplement for maybe my migraines. I had to take something else for whatever else was going on with me. In the end, I think I was taking about 6 or so products. Whereas with the juicy beans, I'm only taking the 3. And they've got everything in there which I've been looking for. And so I decided I'd do the business side. That was one reason, is because I'm starting to benefit from, I'm seeing the results from the product for myself and for our children. I'm able to share it with others, so I can share my story with others. I didn't have the story with the other products that I had been taking prior to juicy beans. I'm having people contact me and ask me questions. You know, sometimes it takes a little while for people to grasp the concept or the idea of just the basic veggies and fruit that we need to take, what's in them, that'll help us with our whatever health issues, or even just for energy alone. But I'd like to thank Te Henry for reaching out to me and for supporting me right through. She's a beautiful person, inside and out. Without her, I wouldn't be where I am today. I'd still be experiencing the headache and everything else that I was going through. So
Awesome.
that's my story.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Catherine. It's so, you know, and that's what we love about this. This is about stories. I love this because, you know, there are so many amazing things out there, but this is something that actually helps to promote and inspire healthy living. And so sharing that with other people is just incredible. And so having these stories, you know, it's the only thing I've done where I've been able to really feel the power of what this can be for people, be for families. So thank you so much. So you've heard a little bit about how there's a business attached to it. we've got Sasha. So, you know, Catherine and I are in Kaikohe. Tuna Henna's in Kaikohe. She's on tonight. We've got Murupara here. We've got Sasha in Queensland. So I'm going to pass the time over to her, and she's going to share a little bit about how we run the business. Something that was, for me, at the beginning, I'll share a little bit later, I was skeptical about it. But when I saw how we get to share and inspire people, it was just a no-brainer for me. So hello, Sash.
Hello. Thanks for having me on. Yes, I'm the only one in Australia, I think, on tonight. But I want to talk about my favourite part, you know, the elephant in the room, because a lot of people, myself included, you know, are skeptical. I've sort of been approached about other things, but prior to Juice Plus, and the thing was I didn't actually even know what I didn't know what I didn't know, basically, and I think that's what a lot of the issue is with a lot of people. But yes, the elephant in the room, pyramids. A lot of people think that this is a pyramid scheme, but pyramid schemes were made illegal back in the 1970s. But people just continue, because it got such a bad rap, a lot of people believe that they still carried on, and because no one really knows what network marketing is. But with the pyramid schemes, we see that more as, you know, your traditional business. Like everybody knows what KFC, as Mem said, you know, KFC, used to eat it. I used to work there and eat it. But for KFC, you know, you have everyone that starts at the bottom. You have your CEO at the top. So, you know, you've got the people serving, cooking, and getting paid very minimum wage. It's beyond a joke. And then, you know, you'll have your store managers. Takes a lot to get to be a store manager. Like, you've literally got to wait for somebody to die. I'm not kidding. It's really hard. Once people get in, it's hard to move up. And then, you know, you have area managers and all your other managers coming up. And, like, literally it was nearly impossible. I'd see people work long hours and slog themselves for minimum wage. Like, it was ridiculous what you get paid for the amount of work that you did. And I knew, like, when I was 15 doing it, it was just to get me through high school. I wasn't doing it for any other reason. I knew I didn't want to be one of those people. I've always known that my whole life, but didn't know any other way that was better. So, yeah. And anyway, as you made it worked out, like, the higher people got, the grumpier they were as well, because they're all working. Like, you start getting paid better money when you're up here. But it was hard, and usually they didn't employ within. They usually employed outside of it, especially with the CEO. From, you know, what I'd learnt, most of them were employed from overseas. So, you know, you would never get a look in. Pretty disheartening, I would say. So what we tend to look at when we're looking at within our Juice team, or even just in network marketing in general, you know, everybody starts on a level playing field. It does not matter who you are, where you're at, whether you're a doctor. We've got, you know, stay-at-home mums that, you know, like H and the other ladies on here, you know, that homeschool. I couldn't do that. My girls go to school. But, you know, I'm still a stay-at-home mum. But we've got doctors, we've got mechanics, we've got all different types of people, you know, people that are just wanting a better way. And then, so we all start at the bottom as a VF. And then the pinnacle position for us is NMD. Don't worry about that. That just means, you know, you made it to the top. But the best thing is that we all have an equal opportunity to get to the top. And the best part is that just because someone signed you up, it doesn't mean that you can't overtake them and get to the top before they do. I mean, you know, and the best part, like H and I, we're not even on the same thing. Benefit whatsoever for jumping here. I do it purely for the love of it and for the sharing, because I love to share on what this business is about, and I love helping my friends. Like, you know, we've become such good friends because of this business, and I love that that's what this is about. It's such community minded, and I didn't have that before this, and that's what brings me to the next part about finding. Oops, the battery's going for low, but that's all right. That's the part that brings me about community, finding people, because a lot of people are like, oh no, how do I do this? I don't know anybody. Neither did I. I lost most of my friends after having kids. So what I love about this is that this starts with you. Smiley face. And all you're doing is connecting and sharing. You know, you're sharing what you love about the product. You know, as all the girls have spoken about tonight, it's just about, you know, like for you. And, you know, if you haven't had amazing results, like I haven't been as fans, I sleep way better. So I share that with other mums, and then I share other stories of other mums or other people that have had amazing results. So, you know, you might share with somebody that you've been just chatting to about, and you've heard what some of the problems that they had or the problems that they've had with their kids. So you might share with that person, and then that person, you know, will probably know somebody and connect with them. And then you might connect with somebody else, and that person might know 3 other people that, oh my God, they know heaps of people. That it could benefit, and everyone's talking and connecting with people. Like my team, Brooke, never met her before in my life. She was one of my first teamies. Actually, nearly everybody on my team except for one person I'd never known in my life. You know, I had a teamie from the UK that I connected with. That was just via Facebook, just wanting to connect and be friends. And then, so, you know, and Brooke's connected with all these other people that I'd never met before. So that's the power of a community and connecting with lots of other people in just sharing what we love about it and what's working for us and being excited about it. And yeah, it's amazing how quickly it grows, and it's, you know, it's just made such a difference to my life, and I'm hoping it can for yours too. Thank you.
Awesome, Sash. Thank you so much for that. You know what Sash said is so true. We're not on the same team, but we have so many friends. We call them sidelines, where we just help each other. We get together. When we go to events, so we've got one coming up in Perth in June. We're going to hook up with our friends, this community. It's been one of the best things, just having this community. I've done a few things online. I did raw food coaching. I did EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. I did quite a few things. I did some art. I sold coloring books online, but it was such a so lonely. Just, it's lonely being an entrepreneur. But when you get communities like this, where we just reach out and go, hey, what are you doing tonight? Jump on this event, and can you do this? And yeah, and we just get together. We get no financial benefits, but the benefits, they're more personal. It's a growth, it's a relationship. These benefits are far more important to us. Now, in terms of the money, you know, some people, they jump on and they go, you know, just want to share this with people. Money gives you choices. And I saw very quickly when I started this business what this could be for us. And funny into it, 7 months into it, my husband lost his job. And for the first time, it was funny because it was a week before Christmas. That Christmas ended up being one of the best Christmases we've had in terms of gifts. It was so cool because my business was able to help us to have this amazing Christmas. We also left Tasmania. But before we left, we travelled around, and this is all I was able to support my husband actually for 7 months because we were moving around and travelling around the place. So it's been a testament to what this can be for us. I've been able to, for the first time, start looking at things that we can do as a family. So we love exploring, and we've had a pretty cool life in the last couple of years. And so our explorations are going further afield, where we're going overseas this year. And It's just been able to help us take back our dreams. And I'm not special. I'm just a mum. No. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. But I'm a mum at home looking after my children. I do a heap of things, but this makes me passionate. It's been able to, like I said, help me take back my dreams. It's something I'm doing with purpose and helping other people. So I even with my Juice Plus monies, I was able to purchase a truck for us to travel around Australia before we came over to New Zealand because our car broke down. So that was something I have never been able to do in our whole married life. I've never been able to do that, but now I can support my husband, and I look forward for the day where I can retire him and he can do what he loves. He's an artist, he's a graphic designer, so he's very creative, and I look forward to that day. And there are so many more stories where women have been able to bring their husbands out of FIFO, fly in, fly out jobs. But this is what we wanted to share with you guys tonight, how we have the ability to create what we have by inspiring healthy living around the world. And I say around the world, we've got people in Australia, we've got people in America, we've got customers there. So it's just been an incredible journey for us. I'm not sure what happened, guys. Sorry about that. Internet playing up. Yeah, I think so. Sorry about that. Anyway, I was about to finish off. Sorry about that. Whatever happened there. If any of this resonates with you, if this is something that you actually may not know you're looking for it, because I didn't at the time. I was skeptical because of what Sasha shared. Actually, the elephant in the room was, do I need to know a lot of people? Do I have to be a good seller? Oh, we don't sell. We just do this. We get together and we share. That's all we do. And so if this is something that resonates with you, then reach out to the person who invited you to this event. And, you know, it's been great having you here, those of you who are new. But we look forward to connecting with you in the future. Thanks, everyone, for sharing. I am going to unmute you all so that we can... Am I going to unmute you all? I cannot unmute you. Hang on a minute. Something's going on here. Never mind. I'm going to say goodbye and thank everyone for sharing. So we'll say goodbye. Thanks, everyone. And we will see you next time. Okay, goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.